Trump, climate change, bars changing the recipe for Iron Brew, it's safe to say the end is nigh. And once the dust is settled, what is due to survive? Telly. Will that be Scotland's legacy? In the event of an apocalypse, I've been charged with raking through Scottish TV from yesteryear to find out what will make the End of Days archive. Along with some guest comedians, some victims, and well, you, we are going to find what will help educate the future generations all about Scotland. The rest of the footage will be condemned to telly hell. I'm Billy Kirkwood, and this is TV Apocalypse. Whoosh! Guests Neil Bratchpiece and Chris Thorburn. So we've got ourselves some clips, we've got ourselves a clipboard. Buckle up, sweethearts. Things are about to get bumpy. Ready, guys? Let's do this. All right, is anybody else already creeped out?
Some say this inspired Pixar's Up.
The Scottish equivalent, Get It Up You. This is like one of those cartoons you used to see on Glenn Michael, one's from Russia.
Hello and welcome to Scotland, to another flight of fancy in our balloon game. Once again, we have three historical characters who will have to debate for their very lives as to which of the three is to survive this game. Our three historical characters tonight...
Pause, stop it a second.
Burns.
Has anyone else noticed that clearly he can't give a fuck? He is clearly not, he hasn't even combed his hair right. Look at that, that's ridiculous. I've never seen, I think he's stoned. On history.
Robert Burns is sponsored by Douglas Knox. Mary Queen of Scots is sponsored by Sharon Thompson. And Toulouse-Lautrec is sponsored by Richard Cassidy.
Who is clearly a man on his knees. He's not pretending he's sitting in a chair.
My life has been written so often, over 3,000 times in fact. My history has been scrutinised, and my poetry has passed under the eyes of critics, so numerous and distinguished that I feel that I have no real need to justify the continuance of my life.
I would have thought you wouldn't have been reading it though.
I will reiterate on a few brief points of my life. I was born, as any good whisky distiller will tell you, on the 25th of January, 1759. And it is on this date
What's your PIN number?
that I base my first argument for survival. Without my annual festival, whisky, haggis and bannock sales would plummet.
Pause it for a second. Holy crap, I didn't even think about the bannock sales. What happens with Brexit? Are the bannocks protected? I mean, Jesus, I mean, how many bannocks have you got in the house? Have you got bannock insurance?
I've got a whole basement dedicated to it.
Oh, get you, Bobby Big Bannocks.
We expected transport to be rather more advanced in the 20th century. No matter.
Sit down.
We find ourselves tonight in the unlikely company of this agricultural rhyme maker and this commercial artist at the whim of an optical company previously unknown to us, but bearing the initials BBC.
Oh, for God's sake.
This balloon, however, seems
Clang.
incapable of carrying
This is the
three
stuffiest
passengers.
episode of Take
In a
Me Out
moment,
I've ever seen.
one of us must sacrifice himself to save the others. Willingly, we would throw ourselves to the earth below. Gladly,
This
we
was
would
the
give our
historical
life
equivalent
to
of
save
Night at the
theirs.
Apollo.
Is that him to stop her chewing her leg?
It is not ours to give, nor to sacrifice.
Thank you, my friends.
No!
Toulouse-Lautrec,
I'm
just sponsored by his
surprised
pure
that
hatred
you
for the
know.
Batman.
What worth to a nation is a woman?
I love his
Not only
accent.
find away a country's aspirations as easily as she would brush off a fly.
Paris via Shettleston.
And mention strongly.
Well, much as I personally would like to declare a moral dead heat, the marks are such that Mary Queen of Scots, alas, loses her life yet again in the cause of Scotland. And now would
She
the
could seem a
winner,
little more bothered.
real Toulouse-Lautrec, kindly stand up.
I thought he was. What the hell? Lies! Lies!
Immersion shattered.
Lies! I bet he's not even French.
Well, that's all for this evening.
Batting kill.
Our judges,
Thank
Robert
goodness that's
Mackenzie,
over.
and from Edinburgh in Scotland, good night.
And that was the balloon game, everyone. Chairman. You don't hear chairman much anymore. This needs to go into the end of days archive, or does it? All right, so what do you think? By cheering, if you think we should keep it for generations of Scottish people to come, give us a cheer. If you think it should go into the fiery hell of the apocalypse, give us a boo. Well, I think it's official. Scotland hates history. That's your fault, Mel Gibson. Up next, it's Around Scotland. And it's exciting because it's going to be a day in the life of a motor patrolman. We follow Sandy, a motor patrolman from Aberdeen in the 1970s. Exploring his day-to-day job in the city, his responsibilities, and just what it takes to be a policeman in Aberdeen. This is going to write its own jokes. All right, let's check out Sandy.
And how are you today? Oh, very fine. What
Are
did you
they
do before
bullying
you...
a lollipop, man? You want your stick back? Oh, give me my stick back,
So you're
please.
accustomed to the open air life. You must always be in uniform. You must have the hat on, and the coat, and carrying...
And you can't have your tadger out. Put it away.
I don't care if you use it as a sundial to tell the time.
Go out into the centre of the road, raise the stick, make sure that the motorists get...
They are actually telling him his job, despite the fact he's clearly been... Did you see that lorry? Can we... Is there any chance we can rewind to that lorry again, just quickly? Just very, very quickly. There's always been a mystery as to where Hitler's gone. Hitler!
Calling UB
Oh.
Bravo 23. We'll meet them in Union Street. We'll make our way towards King Street. Over.
We'll translate that. There's been a car stolen.
He'll try to head off the stolen vehicle.
Go ahead 25. Whiskey. Over.
A reference the unlawful removal. We've sighted
Is this the stolen car?
roundabout
Oh, Jesus!
It's a good thing they knew it was going to be there.
Imagine that had been in 3D. Oh, God, it's my dad?
Go ahead 25. Whiskey. Over.
A reference the unlawful removal. We've sighted this vehicle at the roundabout Justice Street at East North Street. We're following it now. Over.
Roger. You stand by.
This was actually part of an Aberdeen heist movie called Scorn in 60 Seconds.
Go ahead 25. Whiskey. Over.
Whiskey, we are now behind this vehicle in East North Street, travelling towards King Street. Over.
Roger. You be to stand by.
Calling UB.
Hello, we think this car might be going as fast as 13 miles an hour. Don't be mad, Davey, there's no type of speed like that.
Roger.
It's still most open. Oh, it's kicking off. Right. Oh, he's off! Go get him! Go get him! Yes! Well, that was... He's not putting up much of a fight at all, is he? I've let myself down. I've let the primary school down.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys.
Go
Hi.
ahead 25. Whiskey. Over.
Calling UB, reference...
We've got the car now. I don't know who we're going to give it to.
Apprehended the driver. Over.
I believe we're calling this an official stushy quashed. What about the
Calling all
car?
units. Calling
It's
all
Aberdeen's
units.
car
Stand
now,
by.
boys.
Stand by for cancellation of circulation.
Right, well, now there's no more trouble. Any minute now I'm going to get on the B-52s. And now here's some love shack. This is for Denise. It's another start. It's your golden wedding anniversary today. A shame your husband's been dead 40 years. This is for you, Denise. I hope you like this one. All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was Around Scotland. I loved that. I'd watch that all the time. Now Taggart's gone, it's all we've got. What did you think of that, boys?
That's my favourite one. That's my favourite one. So, when I say favourite one, my favourite TV show of all time.
It's not even Game of Thrones. I think we should just remake everything in Aberdeen.
Yeah.
My heart is just like pounding like a jackrabbit. I just,
Just imagine that. The Walking Deed.
Breaking tablet.
Is there condensed milk in this? In the van, you bastard. I enjoyed it. All right, guys, it's over to you, though. You've got to decide, do we save this and put it in the end of days capsule, or do we fire it into the apocalypse? Give us a cheer if you want us to save it. Yay! Future generations may be saved with the law enforcement. And boo if you think we just throw it into the apocalypse. We've got ourselves our first one in, ladies and gentlemen! The future of Scotland's law enforcement is safe. The streets are safe to walk again, providing you haven't stolen stovies and you can't run faster than one of those police cars. Right, this is a trailer from a horror drama based in Scotland in July 1983. When a rabid cat is smuggled into Britain, the spread of disease goes unnoticed. That is until the first human falls victim to the terrible Mad Death. Horror has come home. Here's a trailer from the Mad Death!
Pet owners, there's nothing to fear.
Ah! Rabies is a killer. Let's do it. Oh God!
All animals to be shot on sight.
No shooting my fucking horse. Missed him. You missed him. You missed him.
It's the harshest episode of Animal Hospital I've ever seen.
I don't even like Milky Bars. Alsatians are scared of shoes. Quick! There's a squirrel in that forest. Having a fight with the dog. Bloody hell. Yeah. Did someone just shove a dog in someone's... What are they doing? Hey, I know what's happening there!
Boom, boom.
One more time! I want to see that one more time! Can I honestly see that end bit one more time? The thing against the window. That was amazing. Oh my God.
You know, it's just nice to see John Menzies again. John Menzies, get some opal fruits, you know.
Oh, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. I always wondered what Sweep did after Sooty stopped being on the telly. I swear I could actually watch that all day. Not even the whole film, just that bit.
Spring Watch After Dark.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Mad Death! Oh, goodness me. All right, we're going to go over to you guys. If you think we should save... That's a phrase I never thought I'd say. If you think we should save the Mad Death, give us a cheer. If you think we should turn it into the fiery pit of hell, it's the only way to get rid of rabies, give us a boo! The Mad Death is saved! I think doctors for the future will thank us, because that's an important medical document.
There was one bit in that trailer, did it suggest that a guy gave a lady rabies by shagging her? Did anyone else catch that bit towards the beginning?
Imagine, that would be...
Because it was like a guy lying on top of the woman, and then the next scene was her foaming at the mouth. I'm assuming foaming at the mouth, like...
Either way, she did not look happy about it.
No.
All right, up next, a roaming food reporter takes to the streets of 1970s Edinburgh to ask the people, do you believe in aphrodisiacs?
Well, I believe in aphrodisiacs, I just wouldn't let my daughter marry one.
Do you believe in her fault?
Listen, I am rock hard right now.
Oh, yes, that's Luke.
Why is that?
Crackling them.
Do you believe in aphrodisiacs?
Oh
Oh my god, that guy.
Are you joking? Oh no, her fanny was sewn shut in 1984. Listen, you've got to be careful with these things.
It was during rationing.
You got your hole twice a year and you're happy with it.
For what I had a gobble, I needed a stamp.
Look at these two. Oh yes, we had sex once. Hurt my ears.
Her hat's got the mad death.
Oh my god, it's the Queen. And this is Scotland's first gay person.
Actually, I feel sick.
Sadness in its eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for the food programme! So, what we discovered there is that people in Scotland don't actually know what the word aphrodisiac means. Do you believe in aphrodisiacs? What would you use?
I don't know. I mean, what would you count as an aphrodisiac?
Well, according
maybe
to
I
them,
eat aphrodisiacs. I'm not aware of it.
According to them, honey.
Every time I eat Cocoa
porridge.
Pops, I have a wank. Does that count?
By the way, we owe the Travel Lodge money for
Never!
We'll never be allowed back in Asda Cafe again.
IKEA said their meatballs were free.
Do you think the food programme, doing the important work of taking to the streets of Edinburgh to find out if people believe in aphrodisiacs, do you think we should save it? Give it a cheer? You think we should doom it to the fiery depths of the apocalypse? Give it a boo! Oh my, well, you know, shagging has been outlawed in Scotland for quite some time. I believe we're full. So,
I think that boo was just for Edinburgh, to be fair.
Why didn't they come to Glasgow? We're dirty. Just would have been everybody. I believe in aphrodisiacs. Watch, come here. Get off!
I eat bacon while I'm shagging.
According to the audience, we are putting it in to the apocalypse. It does not survive. So there we go. Listen, have you ever wondered about the legitimacy of astrology and the science behind it? Said no one in Scotland ever. Well, this is a TV show from 1988, a high-spirited panel show called High Spirits. I'll level with you, I'm gutted. First of all, I thought this was a DIY show. For giants.
Stoners.
Turns out it's neither of the sort. This is a panel show from 1988. This is High Spirits. By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet. Earth, wind, fire, period.
And you just thought BBC's Hogmanay show was bad now?
Do you think that guy in yellow is like, oh, what are you up to after work? 5-a-sides.
5-a-sides.
At the heart of the turning world lives the spinner of threads, whose lifelines weave their stories through the myriad forms of nature.
What are you saying?
There in the crucible of time, their past and future are
Look at me, I'm stirring an invisible pot of stovies.
There where all is silent. The singing stars make symphonies of
How was
sound.
work tonight, sweetheart?
There in the darkness.
I just hung out with a bunch of other people in multicoloured tracksuits.
In the school point.
Ach, we raised that demon Pizzazu. Well, usual Wednesday.
Since the dawn of time, humanity has symbolised the mysteries of life.
How did the thing go on the telly,
form of a
Dana?
circle
There is no
forced
Dana,
by a
only Zill!
The circle of timeless eternity. 4 square points upon it to measure space.
That's a swastika! That's a swastika! That's a swastika!
That's how it starts. That's how it starts.
4 seasons.
So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that was High Spirits. Which is like every travelling theatre team that came to your school when you were wee. Hey kids, today we're going to do a play on drugs. Yes! What do you think about that?
Well, speaking as a Scorpio, Don't give a fuck about astrology. So. Wait, is astrology's the bullshit one, right? Yeah, astronomy's the real one. Okay, I'm just checking.
All right, the stars. What do you think, Chris?
I mean, I'm forever changed. You know, like I want to join this. You know.
You're quite easily influenced. I hope nobody gives you a leaflet for ISIS.
Gonna give me that leaflet back. All right, guys, it's over to you. What do you think? Are we saving high spirits? Give us a cheer. What? Future generations are going to think, oh, that's what Scotland was like. All right, are we doing it? Give us a boo. Oh, that's a close one, but I think somehow, unbelievably, future generations are going to watch. High spirits are saved, yes! Up next, it's a bit of a legendary TV show from Scotland called Super Scott. It's a game show hosted by news reporter Jane Franchi. Challenges this week, contestants to find the person that knows the most about Scotland and her people. This show unbelievably ran from 1983 to 1992. Exactly. They stopped making push pops, but they were still making this. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Super Scott! Oh my God. It's a Spectrum loading. It's just music that brings excitement, doesn't it? No, it's okay. Super Scott. The worst Avenger. Scotland, 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 Scotland. That might as well be the theme tune.
Hello, it's great to be back with a new series of Super Scott and a chance to meet some really super Scots, our contestants. We've got some new games and brands this year, and we've adapted some of the old favourites, but the aim's the same, to find the person who knows most about Scotland and her people. The overall winner takes home the coveted Super Scott Crystal Trophy.
That's not a brooch.
Engraved by Alison Kinnaird.
You just won our brooch.
Away. This is a first-round contest.
If you take that brooch out, she
this
deflates.
Week's four Super Scott hopefuls, starting with Steve Collier from Mid-Calder. Hello, Steve.
Hello, Jane.
You're a VAT man.
I am, yes.
Is that a whiskey-type VAT or a tax-type VAT?
A tax-type VAT.
Oh, she just called him a fat ride. You're a fat ride, aren't you, Steve?
Oh, Steve, you're a shambles. Tell us about that.
Moving on to our
Moving on, because I've got nothing to talk to you about.
Anne is from Cumbernauld.
Moving on to my mum.
I work with community service volunteers as a project organiser.
It's Leo Sayer, isn't
for young people who've been in residential care.
That must
So
be
she
very
works
rewarding,
with
is it?
children in care. Pretty much
Problems?
going, make something funny about that,
sometimes.
newsreader cow.
Welcome to Super Scott. And moving on to Jimmy McIntyre. Jimmy is a butcher, and I've been
Jimmy!
Do you have all your fingers?
All 10.
Well, you already win
What
an
are you
award
doing
for
with
the
your
only butcher
hands?
I know to have all 10 fingers. Tell me what you do when you're not being a butcher, Jimmy.
I enjoy golf and curling for pleasure.
Cuddling.
Are you very good at it?
For pleasure.
Cuddling for pleasure. Did he say cuddling for pleasure? Cuddling? As opposed to not... Oh, he said cuddling, I beg your pardon. Cuddling for
sounds lovely.
pleasure. I
Jimmy,
like to cuddle for
that's
pleasure.
Butte. Hello,
So
Jimmy.
most people cuddle for hatred.
Peter Manson. Peter is from Cooper, and he's a
Oh,
contract.
hey! And what do you do? I am
in your
Scotland's only porn star.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's four Super Scots.
And it's like, which of these men will kill me?
So what they're doing is they're tasting fish here.
Oh, a
See
brave
if they
man.
can
He's trying
guess
to
what
feed
type
himself.
of fish it is.
As Scots do.
Now, I can tell you all
Come on, Steve.
that all the tastes of Scotland this week are fish, are varieties of fish, but I need their name.
Attention.
Is that mackerel?
It's not mackerel, no.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Steve! Loser! His dad's a homegrown loser! Loser!
Rather heavy weather of that mouthful.
You're a shambles!
That was technically treason in
No,
Scotland.
it's not
That's a-
herring either. No, a trout.
Of course it's a trout, you
I'm
fucking
sure-
arsehole!
I'm sure Steve will do the honours.
Imagine getting that wrong.
I realise
Put it on
this
the
is
they've only got one
difficult
mask.
to play at home and in the audience, so we're going to show you what it is.
We actually got this off an Air
Another
Scotia
kind of
flight.
fish for you, Anne.
Lift it up with my fingers.
Why not? Nobody's watching.
Sick burn! Sick burn, you with your fishy fingers.
Herring is right, yes.
And she got it right, fuck you, Steve! You're a shambles, Steve! And that was Super Scott, ladies and gentlemen. What did you think of that, guys? Super Scott? I kind of feel like I wish it was still going. Imagine when they did the porridge swimming championships.
What other tests were on it? Like, we only saw a little excerpt, but was it all fish taste testing?
Can you unwrap a Tunnock's tea cake with your feet? Can you shout at a policeman and then blame your pal? Can you fart in the bed and make your wife sick?
Can you shoot up smack using only a traffic cone?
None of these are on here, just in case. All right, guys, it's not. But I think the time, all these reboots. Do we think it's time to bring back Super Scott? If you do, give us a cheer. If you think we need to put it into the fires of the apocalypse, give us a boo! Super Scott's back, baby! Well, I hope that future generations will keep that going and will be able to taste the difference in seasoned fish, which realistically nobody can do. They fucking guessed. All right, we've gone through some of the bad stuff. And now it's time for a little bit of sugar, something we're definitely sending to future generations. This is from a TV show called Pulp Video. It's a look back at the sketch show which stars some Chewing the Fat stars and some still game stars. So it's a spiritual successor to Naked Video. There's a few famous faces in here. Can you guess who they are? Let's have a look. We're not making fun of this one.
Hi there, it's me, Larry Logan here, and welcome to my show. Oh, sorry, did I say my show? I did, of course, mean your show. I'm with you for the next few hours, so lie back and pour yourself a nice cool drink of that fabulous cocktail they call chit-chat and great music. Okay. Now, our first letter tonight is from a young lady from Invergary. Been there, loved it, bought the Tammy. Dear Larry... Oh, I do love it when they say Dear Larry. Dear Larry, thanks ever so much for playing the wonderful love song I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston for me last week. My boyfriend became so emotional, he actually wet himself. Oh, well done. Keep up the good work. Okay. Now another letter here from Joanne and Oban, great people in that part of the country, and she writes, Dear Larry, I listen to your show every night and think you're marvellous. Oh, get away, I've got a pure beamer now, so what's statement, right? Now, my husband is now also an avid listener, and he says he's absolutely positive you're the same Larry Logan he went to school with. Oh, there you go. And he asks, Larry, do you remember drinking snakebite and getting off with Davy Fitzpatrick at the school dance? And this week's loving memory section is from Mary in beautiful Argyll, and she's written an absolutely beautiful and moving letter about her husband Trevor. Let me read you it. Quite recently, my husband Trevor was involved in a terrible accident. Oh my, sorry to hear that. I had just finished whipping up some cream in the kitchen, and he began, as he often does, to lick the cream from the whiskey machine. Yum, yum, I do that myself sometimes, okay. Being a bit of a practical joker, I decided to switch the machine back on, which resulted in Trevor having his tongue ripped savagely from his mouth. Despite extensive surgery, doctors were unable to help, and unfortunately, Trevor can no longer speak. Despite this, we have remained together and would be grateful if you could play True Love by Cliff Richard for us both. Well, a beautiful letter there. Unfortunately, we haven't actually got the track you asked for, but here's another of Cliff's classics, especially for you, Mary and Trevor. It's We Don't Talk Anymore.
That's all for the Apocalypse Archive for tonight. Please thank my special guest. Big round of applause for Neil the Wee Man Bratchpiece and for Chris Thorburn, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Billy Kirkwood. Join me next time when we will continue to go through all the archives to find what we are sending into the future with TV Apocalypse. All right, to be Super Scott, what's this the taste of?
Is that salmon?
No, mate. It's a mad death!